Hello everybody, here we are today talking about Auston Matthews and Alex Ovechkin making a little bit of NHL history last night. But before we get into that, please make sure to subscribe if you're new to my channel, if you're new to me or hockey, whatever the case may be. That being said, let's get on into it. So if you enjoyed this video, I put out two other videos today, but we're going to be talking about the fact that Auston Matthews last night made a bit of an announcement to the league as he had a goal against the New Jersey Devils. Now, one goal in a game for a guy like Matthews doesn't really mean a whole lot. We've seen a lot of high-scoring games for him and the Leafs, but this was important because it was his 66th goal of the season, which ends up passing the tie that he had with Alex Ovechkin for most goals in a season in the salary cap era. Ovechkin had 65 in the 2007-8 campaign, so Matthews, of course, gets to have the sole possession of that record and has the most goals in a season since the 1995-96 season by Mario Lemieux, as he had 69 goals, and that was so impressive because of the fact Lemieux had been battling cancer treatment, just been trying to bounce back from that, I guess, if you will, and did it in just 70 games. Now, that wasn't the dead puck era at the start of it because that season was a little bit higher scoring, but Matthews, again, circling back to him, being kind of in that territory with some of these guys is a big deal, and we know that he is so good as he's already 14th all-time for American players in goals, in his third right now for Toronto Maple Leafs goals all time, 56 back of sole possession of the record, and it's kind of got you thinking that if he's healthy next year, he's probably going to grab that top spot. And I think that really speaks volumes to what he's been able to do at this point in his career, as to be first for a team like Toronto that's an original 16 that's been around for decades and decades and decades. It's incredible what this has been for him already in his career, as he is second all-time in the NHL for goals over the past 10 seasons. One problem with that, he's only played 8 seasons, and the 2017 Calder has really been showing us what he's been able to do the entirety of his career. It started out with that first game against the Ottawa Senators, where he gets 4 goals, and then after that, it's just been a ton of goals over this run, as he is someone that's won, or looks like he's going to win the Rocket again. That'll be his third in 4 years, and it's kind of got you feeling that if he's healthy, there's just no competition, and it goes to show how dominant he is. Kind of has you wondering if that's going to be his trophy in the coming years, as he still looks like he's going to be there. 2 60-goal campaigns in his career already to this point. Alex Ovechkin didn't even do that in his career, but just goes to show you something. Now we get to talk about Alex Ovechkin making history. So last night, in a crucial game for Washington's playoff hopes, Alex Ovechkin ended up getting a goal in a 2-1 win against the Detroit Red Wings, and this goal was important because it was his 30th for the season, giving him sole possession for the most all-time seasons, or the most seasons with 30 goals in a career at 18, passing Mike Gardner. They are tied at the moment, and for Ovi, just doesn't even seem real that he's been able to do this at this age. And looking at his seasons, it kind of is crazy that he's been able to do so much in his career at nearly 20 years. A lot of these stats seem like they're fake, but they're true. He is a 9-time 50-goal scorer, a 9-time Rocket Richard winner, and is 842 goals in his career. 852, and he is now 42 goals away from tying the great one for the all-time goal record. And with this, it kind of just goes to show the consistency that we've seen from Ovechkin during the course of his career. He's been able to stay healthy, and he's been able to go out there and score a lot of goals. And I wasn't really taking a shot at Ovechkin earlier when I talked about how Matthews has already got 2 60-goal seasons, because look at how many times he's been able to score 50 goals for the Great 8 in this period. It has been vital in making sure that Washington has been in and around the playoff conversation, and at points being a club that could be a Stanley Cup contender, winning it all back in 2018. Ovechkin, you did wonder a little bit in this season if this was going to be the end of it for him, as he had 8 goals relatively late into the season and then has 22 goals over his past 32 games. And for me, I look at that and say that it's a matter of when, not if, he's going to pass number 99 Wayne Gretzky for the all-time goal record. Is it going to be next season? I don't really think so, because that would be a big step forward after this season was kind of taxing for him. But in 2 years, yeah, I absolutely see Ovechkin passing him for the all-time goal record. Maybe you'll have another season where he has 30 goals in the following season, which is the 2024-2025 campaign. Really got me excited to see that, as Ovechkin, according to Josh Goldsmith, that wrote an article for The Score, said every single season that he's played in the NHL, 18 seasons except for 1. So for 1 out of the 19 seasons, he scored 30 goals or more. The only time he didn't was the shortened 2021 campaign, where he scored 24 goals in 45 games. That was a 44-goal pace, by the way. Insane, because that would be another 30-goal season. So it'd be 30 seasons, or 19 seasons with 30 goals. I can't even begin to explain how crazy that is. And one more fun fact about Ovi, he's only had one season where his shooting percentage for the year has been below double digits, 10%, as it was earlier in his career, and it was 8.7. So this year proving to be another fruitful year for him in terms of getting goals. I'm not going to go out there and tell you that Ovechkin has been as impactful as his old self was. I don't think that's the case, but he is still able to be the team leader for goals and is hopefully going to be able to help Washington get back to the playoffs, as they are right around the conversation. They're currently occupying a wild card spot. But yeah, here we are a night after seeing a lot of history being made, with Matthews being maybe a guy that could score 70 goals. I don't think he'll get there, but if he does, holy cow. And he is probably going to be the next Ovi, as we were watching Ovi finish out his playing days chasing Wayne Gretzky, and then we could see a day where Auston Matthews is chasing Alex Ovechkin for the all-time goal record. Just something that I wanted to talk about here, as you're seeing a lot of news that had to be talked about. I talked about the Sabres today in a video, I talked about the Flyers in another video, but two individuals that are having huge impacts for their team right now. Ovechkin, of course, has got a lot of talk about his career, whereas Matthews does too, but somebody that's focused on getting through into the playoffs and then getting a ring of his own. We'll see what happens here. What are your thoughts on Auston Matthews and Alex Ovechkin? Do you think that Auston Matthews will be the greatest goal scorer of all time? Do you think that Ovi will be the greatest goal scorer, even if it's just for a short bit of time? And I got to be honest, I think that Ovi's days of winning the Rocket are over, but it would be crazy if he won his 10th. But anyway, what are your thoughts? Leave those down below in the comments. Also, please make sure to like this video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're new. Everybody stay safe. Have a great night. And good luck, hockey, all right. Goodbye, Brigadiers and Brigadettes. This is your captain signing off. Have a great night.